demo. My name is Chandu, and I'll be your trainer for the Oracle Fusion Financial Applications. I brief about myself before we go into the in-depth of the training session. I'm a 12 plus year experienced trainer, as well as a real time trainer. Basically, to say that I have an experience working around with many of the companies in the industry who are in the process of Oracle Cloud Financial implementations. And I have had an opportunity to work with multiple clients across the globe, and with dealing with multiple people and multiple types of organizations in spread across multiple industries. So I bring around with me a rich experience of the Oracle Cloud Financial implementations, and I will be taking your training in such a manner so as to make you familiar, okay, with the leading practices and the processes that are being followed throughout the implementation. So that is a very brief introduction about myself. Uh, what is the agenda specifically for today? The primary goal or the primary agenda is to basically make you familiar with what Oracle Fusion applications is all about, and how basically what are the things that are revolving around the Fusion applications for your better understanding, to make you familiar with those aspects, and also give you an understanding of what this course would be all about, and how this course would benefit you. Speaking of how it will help you in your career moving ahead. So that would be the primary agenda for today. Now, these are some of the aspects that I would be covering as part of this today's demo session. So, what is the an introduction to ERP? What ERP is all about? Then Oracle Fusion applications, the evolution, the path or the journey that it has covered so far. Okay, what Fusion application is all about, and similarly, what is the different deployment models, okay, and the releases that we have as of now. And then finally, what the module basically covers, okay, what all applications basically the training program would cover throughout the course. All right. So ERP, as the word itself, you all majority of you would be familiar with the concept of ERP, since I believe all of you would be working in multiple departments, and some way or the other you would be you would be utilizing ERP in your day-to-day activities. So many of you would be. I believe this is a mixed population or mixed crowd of experienced people, as well as some freshers maybe. But yes, all of I mean, majority of us are all aware what an ERP is at a primary level or a basic level. So just to again reiterate on those aspects, basically it is all to manage. ERP is nothing but a software, okay, which is called Enterprise Resource Planning, and this software basically helps the businesses to manage their business process efficiently, right? So business process would mean there are multiple organizations, multiple departments within the same organization who are carrying out the business processes. Right now, in order to effectively carry out their activities, ERPs have been developed across the globe. Okay, that manages and integrates. Integrates, the word these manages and integrates is quite important to understand, right? Because it is not only about managing, but all the activities that are being performed in the organization are basically integrated with each other. Okay, supply chain for that matter, or financials, financial department, supply chain department, operations. Okay, similarly, reporting, manufacturing, human resource activities. All of these are the processes that are being carried out. Okay, and again, these are carried out in ERP, and also since these processes are integrated. Okay, from a business point of view, also these are integrated with each other. ERP also, has an integration of all these, business functions and processes within ERP. Now, the leading ERP that you can see, some of the examples are, Sage, Oracle, SAP. These are some of the names that you would have often heard about, okay, in the market. But then there are many other ERPs as well. Now, some of the ERPs, they actually, some of the top ERPs, you can say, they actually cover all the business areas that you can see, or that possibly you can think of. Okay, like you can see here, the production is there, inventory is there, services there, human resource, okay, manufacturing, purchasing, similarly, customer relationship, management, okay, then sales, financials. So these are just a few of the activities or few of the business processes areas that are being mapped here. But then it is whole lot more than that. Like there are certain reporting teams. Okay, so many more activities are there. So for all, basically there is an ERP available, and there are leading players like SAP and Oracle who are actually giving an entire suite, okay, entire suite of applications that cater to all these business areas and processes. But then there are many other ERPs as well who are niche players as in they cater to very specific business processes. Just like you can say Salesforce is a niche player into the CRM, or the customer relationship management, sales related activities. For that particular area, Salesforce, caters, or provides the ERP for handling those processes. But then Oracle and SAP. You would see that they are very key players. Okay, and that too now in Oracle. Oracle is one of the leading, what do you say, leading player in the market, who has actually a lot of activities that they are catering to, or the software, the ERP that they provide actually cater to a whole wider area of the business processes. So that's just a brief around the ERP and its and the leading players in the market. Now, to understand what Oracle Fusion is all about, okay, so that is where we can see Oracle Fusion, as the chart would say. Oracle Fusion can be best described as built on open standard based platform, built on best business practices, and deployed through a selection of options. Okay, now what does this mean basically? Okay, so Oracle Fusion applications, okay, all the applications that are within Oracle Fusion suite basically have been built over a period of time. Okay, not just like 2 or 3 years. No, it has been built for decades. Okay, actually accumulating the expertise, okay, the business acumens, and the business best practices over the years. Okay, over decades, basically you can say, it has been built. Okay, and it has been built on open standards based platform. What does this mean? Basically, multiple different technological tools, okay, that are there in the market, okay, has been utilized to build the Oracle Fusion application. So some of them are Oracle owned itself. So like you can see, JDeveloper is there, Oracle Sova is there. These are some of the tools which over a period of time Oracle themselves have actually acquired, okay, to in order to build the best application suite. Okay, so whatever the leading tools were there, they have actually acquired it over a period of time, and they have actually utilized those to build the Oracle Fusion applications. Now, built on best practice processes, best business processes. Okay, so basically over the decades, okay, they have continuously been evolving and basically developing, okay, continuously the Fusion applications in order to align with the best practices that are there in the market. Okay, a continuous research team is there actually who is understanding the ever changing dynamics of the business processes, and they are building the Fusion applications on those best practices and business processes. So you can see here again, one more aspect from here is Oracle e-business suite. Okay, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards. These were actually ERPs during the initial phases, like maybe 20 to 30, 20 years back or something. Okay, you can say these were the leading ERPs at that point of time, who were catering to specific areas of the business functions. Okay, like Oracle e-business suite. E-business suite was their own product that they initially started with. Okay, which was they were known for financials. Okay, the financial process management, as well as the supply chain process management. Okay, but yeah, they were known specifically. You can say their area of expertise was more into financials. Okay, then PeopleSoft was there, which was basically a leader in the human resource or human capital management softwares. JD Edwards, for that matter, was again a leader with respect to, or a niche player, you can say, with respect to financials and supply chain again. Then Siebel was for specifically for customer relationship management. Okay, so you can see like these were all the softwares that were actually known to be key players, or known to be the experts, okay, in providing the software services, or software basically for carrying out those specific business processes. But then what Oracle did is, or how you can say Oracle expanded so much over the years, is basically they acquired all of these companies, okay, who were niche players, and they infused those best practices, okay, based on which those ERPs were built on, into Oracle Fusion application. Okay, so they infused everything, okay, they combined everything together, okay, and came up with Oracle Fusion application. Now deployed through a selection of options. Okay, now what is this? Basically how the Oracle applications are deployed. Okay, so there is a public cloud, private cloud, on premise, and hybrid. So basically what does this mean, we will understand in the coming slides. Okay, so in a nutshell, Oracle Fusion application, what is it basically, are a suite of applications built on Oracle cloud. Okay, so basically you can say this is all on the cloud that it has been built on, that includes cloud-based application for enterprise resource planning, enterprise performance management, supply chain management, and manufacturing. So this has been broken down, all the areas have been broken down into these aspects. Okay, so ERP basically, it is all about the financials. They have just, Oracle has termed it as that. Then enterprise performance management. So for performance management, there are a suite of applications that Oracle Fusion application provides. Similarly, supply chain management and manufacturing. Then human capital management and customer experience, and a lot more in the sense that for reporting, business intelligence and analytics purposes also, there are many applications that are available, or Oracle provides. Okay, so this is just the evolution path, okay, of Oracle. Basically, the e-business suite was their first product, or first ERP that they started off with, and then over a period of time, as I mentioned in the earlier slide, they have acquired and upgraded themselves. Okay, they have acquired and upgraded themselves over a period of time to cater to the ever-changing business requirements. Okay. Now, this is just a report, the industry report that comes up, or that is published by Gartner, where it will show you the magic quadrant for cloud ERP products. Okay, and they have actually displayed who are the leaders, who are the challengers, okay, who are the niche players, and then who are the visionaries. So if you look here in the leader, Oracle is one of the leaders. Okay, followed by Microsoft and Info. Okay, so this is more or less the same across all the years. This report was from 2021, but even if you look for 2023, 2022 report, you will still find Oracle is a leader in the market. Okay, who is in the market of cloud ERP, to be specific, cloud ERP for product-centric enterprises. Okay, now to understand, before we go into the deployment model aspects, okay, or let me take it later on. So let us understand first the deployment model. Okay, on-premise versus cloud model. Okay, so we understood some of the deployment models, right, based on which we saw basically some of which based on which the Oracle applications have been built over a period of time. So out of it, the most familiar one, or the most common one that you would see, is on-premise and the cloud model. Okay, now in a very simple terms, without going much deeper into these aspects, I would say on-premise, the word as it suggests or it tells, is basically on the location or on the premises of the customer. So earlier, what it used to be, it is a traditional method, actually, the traditional method of deployment. Okay, where on the premises of the customer itself, okay, who purchases the licenses for Oracle application, they would actually install. Okay, the client themselves have to actually install all the required infrastructure. like the network and servers and all those things. Basically, they themselves have to install at the client place, and everything used to be there in the client place, and client could manage it. Okay, but the cloud model is completely different, and now everything is on cloud. Okay, the latest deployment model, or the current deployment model, you can say, is on everything is on cloud, as cloud has caught up. Okay, and you can see everywhere it's all about cloud. Okay, the data storages, and like we have our Gmail. Okay, and Google provides you the drive to store your data, right? So that is what it's all on cloud, rather than storing everything on your laptops and machines. Basically, you are storing everything on Google Cloud. So that same technology that we are talking about, so ERP also has been moved on to cloud. Okay, and the clients who purchase the ERP licenses from Oracle, they can they will be provided with a login ID and password, or URL, basically, and they can simply log in and carry out their activities without having the without going through the hassle of maintaining the entire complete infrastructure at their own place. Okay, so that is where it is. This is what a bit more explanation is all about. Okay, a bit more detailed explanation of the cloud deployment models. Okay, the on-premise one, which I mentioned on a higher level, it's all about maintaining everything at the client place. The application is being maintained, deployed at the client place, the data warehouses. Okay, then the middlewares, the operating system, the server, storage, networking, everything is on the client place. There was a concept earlier called infrastructure as a service. Okay, now also it is there, but it is not that quite popular. So basically, what it means is, server, storage, networking, all these would be maintained by Oracle. Okay, it is kind of a half, cloud and half on-premise model, you can say. Okay, so server, storage, networking, and everything is maintained by Oracle. Okay, but then application and these things are actually installed and everything on the client machines and all. Okay, so that is where infrastructure as a service is one of the cloud deployment, or was, you can say, one of the cloud deployment models. Now, what you see with Oracle Fusion applications, or the Oracle Fusion model, is all about software as a service and platform as a service. Now, this is key to understand, because we will be learning on Oracle Fusion applications, right? So it is key to understand what this is all about, because time and again you will hear these words. Okay, software as a service and platform as a service. Now, all the application that Oracle provides, okay, as part of the suite, okay, as part of the Oracle Fusion application suite, basically it provides, it is under software as a service. All the softwares, or you can say all the modules and application that Oracle provides, comes under software as a service. So you can see what are the characteristics of that application: data, runtime, middleware, operating systems, virtualizations. Okay, then the servers, storage, networking, all these are basically managed by Oracle. Okay, it is not the client that manages it, it is all managed by the Oracle. So everything is done by Oracle. Okay, now platform as a service. Okay, now what is platform as a service? Basically, Oracle has come up with another platform which allows client to develop their own applications and manage their own data. Okay, and what could be the reason behind it is, basically, there are what Oracle provides the softwares based on the industry standards. Okay, based on the best practices or leading practices that are there in global market. Okay, across the globe. Now, definitely, businesses, they are dynamic. Okay, one business is not equal to another business. Always there is some component or some process, something which is unique to the customer. Okay, or unique to the businesses. Now, how to handle those processes, okay, that are unique, that are not provided as part of the software as a service suite. Okay, so that is where Oracle provides a platform as a service. Okay, where a platform, basically, where the customers or the clients who are purchasing the licenses for platform as a service can develop their own applications and also manage the underlying data. Okay, but then everything else, the servers, storage, and everything that enables the infrastructure that enables these activities, basically are managed by Oracle. Okay, but yes, application and data can be managed. But in the software as a service, the data or application is not something that the customers can tweak as per their requirement. No, they cannot do it. Okay. So that is the detailed explanation that I can give you about the deployment models. Now, it is equally important to understand the journey that Oracle Cloud applications have taken since the time it has, initially started its journey. Okay, so earlier there was e-business suite, and after that they started with the Oracle, cloud environments or the Cloud Fusion applications. Okay, so it is important to understand as a background, what is the journey that they have taken. So let us have an understanding into it. So you will see here the Oracle Fusion release history. Okay, first we will understand the release history. Okay, so it all started the Oracle Fusion. Okay, ERP was before that. ERP was there and it was called as e-business suite. Okay, but then the Fusion applications they started around 2011. Okay, with the first release. So you might be many of you would be aware what a release means, what a version means, but just to for everyone's understanding, a simple example is we are using mobile applications daily, right? So every time, every quarter or every now and then, you would see there is an upgrade notification, right? And in that upgrade notification, basically it gives certain details about the versions, okay, the releases basically. So that is all about in Oracle software. It is also again a software, you can say, right? So basically there also the concepts of release and versions, everything is applicable. So the first release, okay, which was termed as release 1, okay, was released in the year 2011. And at that point of time, it was released on both the models, on premise and cloud models as well, and it came up till release 9. Okay, release 9. Until release 9, this was the model in which both were the models in which the applications were deployed. The cloud applications were actually in the early stages of at that point of time, it was in the early stages. They were still developing it, and they were still making it better each day. Okay, now with each release, you can say, then now since release 10 onwards, everything is on cloud. Okay, the complete model of deployment is on cloud, no longer it is on premise. Okay, the Fusion applications I'm talking. Okay, and release 10 onwards, it is that cloud. And then now the latest release that we are working on is release 13, and it is considered to be the most static, or you can say the most stable release. Okay, so release 13 is the most stable, and it is the one that is we will currently be able to see. The first release 13 version, it started off in the year 2017. Okay, right now it is we are in 2023, and it has come up with a lot of version. Okay, during this period, basically from 2017 till 2023, a lot of versions have come up. Okay, now we will understand. First of all, I will show you the Oracle login, as I mentioned earlier, right? Since it is a cloud model, basically it's all about what? It's all about basically a URL that is provided, and there is a login ID password, nothing else. You don't need to install any software on your laptops or your desktop, nothing like that. Okay, direct access is there. Based, whichever client has got the licenses for software as a service or platform as a service, basically they will get a URL, and then they will be able to log in with their provided credentials. So let's have a look at that first, just to give you a feel around those aspects. So now you can see this is an example. Okay, so basically here something like this, a URL would be there. Okay, and this is the URL, and there will be a credential, or basically a user ID password, which will be provided by Oracle, and then you will be able to log in. So let me log in first. Okay, and here I will input the credentials. Okay, so this is how basically the login page looks like, or once you log in, this either this home page would be there, or you will have this page where it will show you all the applications and all the different work areas where you can work depending upon the business processes that for which the application is being utilized. Okay, now to understand about the releases. Okay, so you can see the releases once you log in to this particular application. You will be able to see the release or the current version, release and version of the application. Okay, so where we can see it under the settings and actions, basically there is an about this application section. Okay, which you can, let me minimize the screen, about this application basically, which will give you a complete detail of what is the version and what is the release. Okay, so here you can see 11.13.23.04 and 0. So what does this stand for? Actually, each of these things stands for something. So 11 means 11 is indicating basically the year in which Oracle Fusion Cloud applications were started. And then 13 is the release, basically the latest release that we are working on. Okay, and 23 is nothing but the year, and 04 is the month in which this application version was upgraded, or the upgrade was released, you can say. Okay, then here again there is another one more thing that you can have a look at and understand what is the version of it. That is this one, 23B. So 23 again stands for the year 23, and B is the indicates the second quarter in which the, what do you say, the version upgrade was released into the market. Okay, so this is where you can see, and this is how you can understand what is the version and what is the release of the particular Oracle Fusion Cloud applications, the SaaS applications. Okay, so as a result of that, what is it? It is basically a quarterly upgrade policy, you can understand. Okay, so every quarter there is a new version that Oracle releases into the market. Okay, for the underlying release 13 version. Now, how they name it? Basically, this is how they name it. The first quarter is Jan to March. Okay, right? So therefore, they will name the version in such a way that it will indicate the year in which it was rolled out, as well as what is the quarter. So A stands for first quarter, and the prefix is the year. Okay. Similarly, April to June, July to September, and October to December. You can see. So now what we are in is, we are currently in 23B, right? 23B. Okay, why? Because it was released in the month of April. Okay, the second quarter basically. Okay, and that is where it has been named as 23B. Okay, the year 23 and the quarter, second quarter, which is B. Okay, so this is all about the version, how the releases have been until this date, and what is the latest release and what is the latest version, and how based on a quarterly upgrade policy they name the versions as well. Okay, or they basically come out with the versions. Now what is the thing that is coming out in version? Basically enhanced features. Okay, so there will be some new features that would come up in the versions, in every new versions. Okay, or there would be some new functionality that they will altogether introduce. Okay, so or there would be an enhancement. So these are some of the things that happens in the version upgrades. Okay, so that's all about the cloud environment releases. Now we will see some of the applications which are given as part of the SaaS offerings. Okay, software as a service, which we talked about earlier. All the applications that Oracle provides, the standard applications as it is called, is all part of the software as a service. Okay, and you can see it caters to multiple regions, which already we have understood. And Oracle being one of the largest ERP players, it actually caters to almost all business processes, you can say. Okay, almost. Okay, so that is where we can see it is catering to human capital management, similarly enterprise resource planning, enterprise performance management, customer experience, industry solutions, Internet of Things, IoT, which is the latest thing in the market. Okay, so supply chain management. So all these other areas or business processes which they cater. And again, in each of these areas or domains, you can say, there are multiple applications. So with respect to human capital management, you see here global human resources, talent management, the rewards, workforce management. So these are all the modules within the human capital management area. Enterprise resource planning and financials is one part of it. Okay, the enterprise resource planning. So financials is something that we will be, learning about in our in the coming days. Okay, in the training program. Okay, and other things are also there in the enterprise resource planning, which is called accounting hub. Then you have project management. Okay, similarly you have ERP analytics or risk management. Okay, accounting hub. So these are all advanced modules that you would be seeing in the ERP suite. Okay, then the enterprise performance management, it's all about the performance related activities that is being done, okay, in the organization. Okay, so there is the data management, similarly performance reporting, budgeting, planning, okay, consolidation. These are all financial activities more or less, but still it is an extended reporting, or heavy reportings are created, or dynamic reports are created, which is catered using these suite of enterprise performance management. Similarly, customer experience is also there. Okay, that is for specifically for sales and marketing and all the other customer oriented activities. Okay, then specific industry solutions are there. Okay, basically to cater to the specific industry requirements, like for automotive and for healthcare and for financial services. Okay, for financial services means the banking and other financial sector companies and organizations. Okay, similarly consumer goods. So for all of these industry also, there are specific solutions that are, or specific software or applications that they have come up. So if from a financial perspective, if you ask me, lease management. Okay, lease management is a specific application which they have developed over a period of time. Okay, to cater to the leasing related functions. Okay, similarly joint venture. Joint venture is something that they have come up to cater to the joint venture related activities. Okay, so like that, you will see for healthcare, for many other industries, basically, and processes, business processes, they have come up with certain industry solutions as well. Okay, some supply chain, basically, you can see all these are the general activities that is carried out in all the majority of the companies, right? So in order to cater those supply chain related or logistic related activities, they have come up with multiple applications. So inventory management, inventory is core to the manufacturing or trading related organizations, right? So therefore they have inventory management. Similarly maintenance. Maintenance is basically with respect to asset related companies, or fleet related companies like Ola, let's say, for example, who have a fleet of cars. Okay, so for them, they have come up with, for such organizations, they have come up with a maintenance module. Okay, so like that, just as an example to make you familiar with what is the scope, or how wide the Oracle ERP suite, or is all about, or the services that they are providing with respect to software is all about. That is what just to help you understand on those aspects, I have explained these things. Okay, so then platform as a service, more or less, it is all the technical area where the application is built up, so which requires technical knowledge. So it is it actually gives you data management services under the PaaS, okay, or application development, which we have already understood. Integration means integration with a third party software. Okay, it has to be integrated to Oracle in order to sync up the processes and data. So that is where integration is developed. For that, what all are the tools that are available? Okay, so many more things are there when it comes to PaaS. Okay, now so this is again a framework of Oracle Fusion applications that has been catered to multiple processes or in the organization, or multiple business segmentation in the organization. Out of it, okay, now we will move on a bit more into the, or understand a bit more into the financial management applications. Okay, so under financial management, you can see the core financial application, as it is called, okay, which is general ledger, accounts payable, asset management, payments and collections, and accounts receivable, cash management. These are basically the core applications, okay, which actually caters to almost all organizations, because almost all organizations will have these processes as common process when it comes to the financial management. Okay, and that is the reason these are called as core applications. Now, in general ledger, to understand what general ledger is all about, so basically in general ledger is where they maintain all the accounting related data, all the accounting balances they maintain in the general ledger is being maintained in the general ledger with respect to the activities that are being carried out in organization. Okay, and the financial statements basically are finally published from the general ledger application. So all the financial statement, that is profit and loss statement, the balance sheet, similarly the trading, the trading P&L accounts. Okay, so balances. Okay, so all those things, trial balances basically. Okay, all those things are managed in general ledger. So this is not just a small thing. Okay, when you actually deep dive into these application trainings, that is when you will understand the magnitude of how extent or how wide each of these applications are, and how wide a range of business processes it caters to under this main domain. Okay, under this head. Okay, similarly accounts payable. Accounts payable primarily to say is all about the vendor related activities. Okay, that is where it is mentioned as accounts payable. Okay, so all the vendor related activities, like mainly with respect to the financial process. Okay, which is invoicing. Okay, so the invoices that the supplier provides you, the recording of that, the accounting of that, the management around the invoices, like many activities are there with respect to invoices, right? Like invoice creation, or invoice data entry, similarly invoice reporting. Okay, similarly invoice cancellation, invoice, multiple other activities. Okay, so that is basically part of accounts payable. Okay, so everything, all activities related to vendor invoicing activities are part of the accounts payable module. Okay, then payments. Okay, so along with accounts payable, there is a payment module integration. Now, what is this payment module? It handles everything related to the payment activities. Okay, so payment activities means basically issuing out the payments to vendors. So there are multiple other processes that are there in the payment activity also. It is not just creation of a check, or just creation of what do you say, wire transfer. That's it. Okay, it's not just that. There are a lot of other activities that is there with respect to that module, which can be performed for better business process management. Okay, so we will be training on those aspects. Okay, similarly asset management is all about maintaining the asset details, the assets that are deployed by the organization. Okay, similarly maintaining it, as well as maintaining the financial data underlying it. Okay, so it is not just the process that is being maintained, but along with that the financial data is also managed and maintained. Okay, because each of the transaction, you cannot separate the transaction or the business process from the underlying financial or monetary impact or monetary data that it has. So that is where both these things go hand in hand, and that is where we have these application which facilitate that. Okay, so the process as well as the financial data, underlying financial data. Okay, so that is where in asset management everything is about the assets that are being deployed by the organization, the fixed assets. Okay, the fixed assets like land and building, the machineries, and the plant and machinery, the vehicles, these are called the fixed assets. So everything related to fixed asset management is part of asset management module. Okay, now accounts receivable. So accounts receivable is also another department altogether in every business that you see, right? So accounts receivable basically is all about the customer, just like accounts payable was all about supplier invoicing and activities. Similarly, accounts receivable is all about customer billing and sales invoicing related activities that are being carried out in the accounts receivable module. Okay, and accounts receivable module, along with that there is this collection activities. But yes, collection, primary collection is all part of primary processes related to collection is all part of accounts receivable. But then there is an advanced module which is called advanced collection, which actually caters to more varied nature of the business process with respect to collection. There are certain street strategies that are deployed for effective collection activities. So that is there. Okay. Similarly, cash management. Cash management is all about maintaining the processes related to bank statements and reconciliations. Okay. So that is the primary process that is being carried out. Then similarly, cash forecasting. Okay, so these are some of the activities that are carried out as part of the cash management, or you can say typically from a business perspective, it is the treasury department, right, which actually looks after all the bank balances and the bank funding and all those things, right, all those activities. So basically, cash management has been as an application has been developed to help the business or the treasury department basically to maintain those activities or to carry out those activities related to bank statement reconciliations and all the other allied activities in that particular matter. Okay, then expense management. Expense management is basically has again been created as a separate module in order to help businesses to maintain or manage the activity related to employee refunds or employee reimbursements or advances that are provided to employees and all those activities. Okay, so that is where expense management as a module has been provided. Okay, so this was all about the financial management, the core financial management applications as a detail, just explain for your understanding to give you a background of what is there in the financial management. Okay, so this is nothing but again the same thing. So what is the core module? General ledger, accounts payable, fixed assets, account receivable, cash management, expense. Now there are other modules as well in financial suite, which is called intercompany, advanced collection, tax, Fusion Accounting Hub, lease, joint venture management. So these are all, and there are a few more, okay, which are again part of the cloud financial suite, but these are advanced modules. Okay, now not something that we can cover. Okay, we cannot cover everything because it is like an ocean. Okay, now what we are going to cover as part of our module. Okay, what is that? Basically, general ledger, accounts payable, fixed assets, accounts receivable, and cash management. These are the 5 modules that we will be deep diving, okay, or we will be going, or the training will be given in depth, okay, on these applications. Okay, now I'll come back to that part. What is or what is the scope of it, or basically what it will help you achieve. Okay, how can it will be, how will it will be beneficial for your career, or for your future job prospects and all, how it would help you out, that we will come down later. But yeah, before that, one of the features, okay, that we have with respect to Oracle Cloud Financial, which is quite interesting to know. Okay, not only with Cloud Financial, but it is again part of all the applications or that Oracle provides, or all the business areas like supply chain, or for that matter human capital management. All of them, it is equally applicable. Now this is the one of the best things because of which Oracle has stood out. Okay, Oracle Cloud applications have stood out in the market. That is the seamless integration that each of these application has between each other. Okay, as I mentioned, right, business process is not something that you can dissect and separate everything completely. No, you cannot do that, because at some point of time there would be what do you say, an integration, or a relationship that will be there, an integrated relationship will be there in each of the business process. As I mentioned, right, accounts payable is an activity of all about invoicing of the suppliers, but then there is an underlying financial data. Okay, that is where all the application or all the activities related to financial activities are part of the Oracle Cloud Financial Management. Similarly, if you take a very simple example, which would be more relatable for you to understand, would be the supply chain process. Let's take into example. Okay, so supply chain processes like procurement, okay, or inventory, or similarly costing, okay, or order management, which is all about sales. Okay, all these are actually you can say catering to the business process, but then are they separate from the financial activities? No, because each of the activity that is performed also has a financial implication, and therefore everything, all the underlying financial data, the accounting data, gets integrated automatically once those transactions have been performed to the Oracle financials. Okay, so this is one of the just example or to pictorial representation of how the financial modules itself are integrated with each other. Okay, just a pictorial explanation. But similarly, all the other streams are also integrated, and the financial data finally comes to the financial application and is stored, and then finally all the statements, the financials are being published. So let's understand this particular diagram as for an explanation or for an understanding, basically. Okay, so let's take into consideration the payables. So invoices that we have, okay, we book in payables. Okay, now there are certain asset related invoices that come up. Okay, so that is where it has the asset related information. Therefore, what can be done is there are certain processes that can integrate that particular asset related information to the asset module, and then the asset can be created. Okay, so that is the integration between payables and asset module. Similarly, expenses and payables, what is the integration? So expense means basically all the employee related expenses that have been incurred, that has to be booked. Right now, that has to be booked, and then later on it has to be reimbursed as well. Payments need to be made. Now, where is that payment being made? It is made in payables through the payable module. Okay, all the payment activities are done through the payable module. That therefore all the expense that has been booked in the expense module basically gets created as an invoice in payable. Okay, and then from payable the payments are released. So that is the integration that you see between expenses and payables. Similarly, cash management. So why cash management? As I mentioned, right, cash management is all about bank statements and reconciliations. Therefore, any payments that you make from the payable module, okay, where those lines would be reflected, it would be reflected under cash management, because ultimately those payment related lines have to be reconciled, or the payments that have been issued, okay, or recorded in the payable module has to be reconciled with the bank statements. Okay, so that is where the cash management module is integrated with the payables. Okay, similarly, on the other hand, receivables also is the same. So receivable, what happens is customer related invoices and payments receipts are there, right? Now those receipts also are something comes as a fund into the bank, right, into your bank accounts, into the business bank accounts. Now at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, or maybe at the end of the month, okay, the bank statements are downloaded and recorded, and then the reconciliation has to happen between the receipts and the bank statement. Okay, so that is where you can see the integration. So similar such integrations are there with all the other applications, and that is one of the best features of Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, now this I have just explained in terms of the financial applications, the integration that is there. Now all these have what? All these have the underlying financial data, right? And it has an accounting impact. So financial means all about accounting. So under all the financial details, how is it recorded? Based on the accounting information, right? So that accounting is facilitated by a middleware which is called subledger accounting, or a middle extension, or that they have developed to handle the accounting with respect to all the transaction that happens. That is basically facilitated by an engine called subledger accounting engine. Okay, and then what it does is it does the recording of the accounting for all the financial implications, and then finally that is pushed into general ledger application. All the data, all the financial accounting data that has been done as part of the all of these applications is finally pushed into the general ledger application. And it is the general ledger, that is why general ledger is called the backbone of the financial applications, because finally everything is integrated into GL. That is the accounting information of all these transactions that has happened is integrated to GL, and that is where the final balances are stored. And then from there, basically all the financial statements are generated. Okay, so this is the entire integrated structure that I wanted to give you a understanding about. So that is just to trigger your imagination, or your understanding of how vast things are, and how integrated and how process oriented things are. Okay, and that is where, when you get trained on it, that is where the benefit is all about. Okay, because we are getting trained on these applications, basically we are covering, okay, we basically, as a trainer, my job is to help you understand what are the best practices, and in aligned with that, basically train you on these applications, how those can be carried out. Okay, so that is the crux. Okay, so basically, these things that we will be learning as part of or training as part of these financial application module is, it is not just utilizing them that we are going to train on. Okay, the objective is not just to how these application can be utilized. It's not limited to that scope. The scope is also about how these applications can be configured. Okay, first of all, how these applications can be configured to cater to various business requirements. Okay, and then in turn how these applications can be utilized to carry out the business processes. Okay, so the general business processes, it's not like we will be able to cover uh, each business wise the processes, because each businesses that are in different industries actually go through multiple different or dynamic processes, okay, different from each other, but then there are certain core functions, okay, which remain common no matter what industry it is. Okay, like I said, the accounting, the invoicing, the supplier invoicing related activity, it is common across all the industry. Similarly, accounts receivable activities of what do you say, the customer billing and the receipt activity, it is common to all. Okay, so that is where we will what I will train you, taking into consideration the general business practices, and the core objective is to help you become what do you say, proficient with how it can be implemented. First of all, these applications, how it can be implemented, and then the second thing is how you can utilize as well. Just by implementing, you wouldn't know how to utilize it, and just by knowing how to use that application, it does not make sure that you can even implement it. So both are equally important, and that is the thing that we are going to learn. So from a normal business person, or a person or an employee in an organization, they are not bothered about what happens in the background. Okay, so that is where the task of specialists come up. Specialists who are trained in implementing the application or configuring the applications, you can say, as well as be able to use them. If you don't know how to use them, you will not know how to implement them, because it is all the business process. So basically you need to have an understanding of the business process first, and then try to map those in the application, in the Oracle Cloud Financial Application, and that is what we are going to train on. Okay, uh, and how it will be beneficial. Okay, now that is where I'm going to talk about. See, there are I believe there is a mixed public or mixed population in this, as an audience in this training session. Okay, who are maybe students, or who are maybe accountants, and people who are already working in finance departments, or maybe even people who are from a technical background. Okay, technical background as in already they know, they are aware of Oracle, but then they are from a technical background and who want to enhance, okay, their knowledge or their area, okay, or scope, basically by learning the functional aspects. Okay, so that is where this course is all about. Okay, now students basically, okay, who are new, okay, who have who have gone through the basic educations, or basic masters, or bachelors in finance accounting. Okay, basically they can come about and they want to explore further, or they want to make a career in the IT industry. Then that is where the training, okay, that is given in this as part of this course will be much beneficial to them, because they can venture out into the IT field. Okay, by learning the implementation activities of the financial applications. Okay, and similarly, accountants who want a change in their career, okay, from their monotonous activities, okay, they want a change in their career. That is where this is the best program that can train them in taking up their career to a next level. Okay, and similarly, technical people who want to become techno functionals. Okay, that is the terminology in the market, techno functional. Okay, who knows both the technical as well as the functional aspects. Okay, so for them, learning the aspects of implementation of the financial applications would give them an edge. Okay, and it is a quite hot career in the market. Okay, so it will give them an edge to scale up further. Okay, so having said that, it is not confined to people from what I have mentioned, the people from accounting background, or from for people who or for students who have done their masters or bachelors in in the financial background, it is not limited to them. Okay, it is quite easy. I would say not that easy, but still, okay, it is all about acquiring the basic knowledge of the financials or accounting, for which we will help out. Help out as in we will not be taking extensive training on the accounting concepts, but basically we can help you with some material, okay, that will help you clear out your accounting basics, accounting and some related financial basics. Okay, and then after you can simultaneously go through those materials to enhance your knowledge, people who are not from financial or accounting background, and then they can get familiar, and then on top of that you will be getting a training in the implementation or configuration, you can say, of these applications, as well as a training on the how to use these applications. Okay, so this will actually make you eligible, okay, for a wide scope. Okay, almost every industry has these processes, so therefore by that way your scope in the market will be much more enhanced, okay, by going through this training. Okay. So the work profiles, just to give you an example, Oracle functional team is there, technical team is there, and end user. These are some of the roles when you enter into the Oracle industry, you will find. Now, Oracle functional team. Okay, these are the people who basically configure the applications. As what I have mentioned, what we are going to train for. So we will be training for being a part of the Oracle functional team who implement, who configure the financial application, and also they will in turn, okay, train the business users, because ultimately it is the business users who are going to use the application. Okay, so basically you will also be, your profile as a functional team would also be to train the business users, okay, such that they are capable of using the applications. Then there is a technical team. So technical team is also an integral part of Oracle teams, okay, Oracle profiles, basically. Why? Because they take care of all the integrations, all the report development activities which require some level of expertise in the technical coding languages. Okay, so that is where they are also an integral part, because without them it is not possible to carry out the underlying activities, like the report development activities for that matter, or development of the integrations with the third party softwares and all. Okay, so that is where we have the Oracle technical team. Then there are end users. End users are nothing but the people who actually work on these applications to carry out their business processes. Okay, so the business users, you can say. Okay, so that is the role that you would see in case of Oracle applications or Oracle work profiles. But understand, we will be training for this role, Oracle functional team role. Okay, and what are the work profiles? So work profiles are: implementation is a work profile, support is a work profile, and testing is a work profile. So implementation means basically you understand the business functions and functionalities, the people who have bought the licenses for Oracle applications. Okay, let's say specifically with respect to now financial application, let's say. Okay, so we will understand the business processes around the financials of their company, and then we will configure these applications for that, so that they can use it for their business. Okay, so that is the implementation profile. So it is not limited to that. Basically, as a part of that, we will configure all the softwares. Similarly, we will train the business users, and also finally we will we will actually hand over that software to the client for use. Okay, then there is a support profile. So support profile comes after the implementation. So once you have already implemented, okay, and then you have already given the rolled out, or you have given the business to use it, so that is when the support profile kicks in. Okay, because on a day-to-day basis they will need assistance. Okay, just as an example, we can see our AC machines, or similarly our this one water purifying machines, they require timely maintenance, right? So that is where there is a support team who actually are available on call, and they will come down and they will repair or maintain your what do you say, or address your issues, right? The same way, in case of Oracle ERP also, in during their routine use, they need assistance from experts. That is where there is a support team, of functional consultants, of technical consultants, who actually give them the support to help them with their day-to-day issues, or day-to-day training requirements and all. Then there is a testing team. So any new things have been developed. Okay, so there is a testing required. Okay, that is where a testing team is exclusively there. During the course of business, they help in testing out the new developments that are being done. Okay, so these are the larger work profiles. Okay, now being trained in with our course, what happens is you become eligible for all these activities, all these work profiles, basically the work profiles I'm talking about. Okay, so functionally you become eligible for all these work profiles. You can be a part of implementation team, you can be a part of support, or you can be a part of the testing team. Okay, who can help the businesses in carrying out their activities. Now, which are the companies involved? It is equally important to understand why, so that you can have an idea of how big this industry is. Okay, so the product is basically sold by Oracle. Okay, so product means all the softwares. That is quite understood. Right now, there are service providers in the market. Service providers with respect to the service of implementation, support, and testing. So it is actually big players are there. Okay, who give those kind of services to the clients who actually purchase their services. Now, Oracle has sold their product. Now there needs to be someone who needs to configure it. Okay, or who needs to give the support related activities. Okay, so that is where all the big fours are there. So like, Deloitte, PwC, EY. Okay, similarly we have KPMG. These are the big fours. They are along with, they are known for auditing services, right? But then they are also involved in providing technology consulting. That their departments majorly are called technology consulting or management consulting departments, which actually cater to this business of implementing and supporting the ERPs. Oracle, Oracle ERP. Okay. Similarly, Oracle Consulting. Oracle themselves have a company under them, which is actually catering to this kind of services of providing the implementation activities and all. Okay. Similarly, IBM is there, Infosys, all the big players you can think of, Wipro, okay, HCL. Okay. So all these are big companies who are actually providing the Oracle Fusion application related services, implementation, similarly, support, testing services to the companies who are buying the licenses of Oracle softwares. Okay, so that is where our scope, once you are trained on this, your scope gets enhanced, okay, in the market. Okay, and even the jobs are better paying. Okay, better paying than the routine jobs. So you are already aware, right? IT services or IT industry is something that pays a good package. Now, on top of that, being trained on these applications, how to implement it, configure it, and be able to utilize it, it actually widens your scope. Okay, not only being a part of this IT companies, but also many a times, not many a times, in fact, all the businesses, okay, they have their own in-house, IT teams where they require such people who have the knowledge of financial applications or supply chain applications related to Oracle. Okay, so that is where it is not limited to IT companies, but also other companies who are actually into the production area or service area. They also employ their own consultants or their own IT people. Okay, so you can be a part of those teams as well. So I hope now you can imagine what is the scope that you have once you learn or get trained on these applications, specifically with respect to now financials, which we will be training on. Okay, so these are all the industries you can see. You name any industry, you will find Oracle applications or Oracle software being deployed, and hence your chance of being employed in all these areas are also much higher. Now, just to add as a lucrative point or a lucrative thing with respect to the profile, definitely people who are interested in going abroad, or similarly who want to pursue a career that helps them travel a lot, or who are fond of traveling, even for you there is an opportunity. You can fulfill your dreams there as well, because all these this particularly getting trained in Oracle Fusion and getting employed in one such organization definitely involves a traveling as well. Okay, so you will be able to go to new places, meet new people, deal with new people. Thereby it actually helps you develop in your career. Okay, as a personality or personalities as well, you will develop. Okay, when you learn, okay, or when you venture out into the market or globally. Okay, meeting with new people and with learning about new things and new places. So this is an added perk to this being in this industry. Okay, just a lucrative thing to get your imagination spiked. All right, so this is just the implementation methodology, which I have already talked about. So what you basically do as part of being a functional team, okay, and implementation profile. Okay, so basically it is not a small thing. Okay, it is altogether a project in itself. Okay, an entire project which spans around years, many a times. Okay, so basically what you do is the initial thing is you basically understand the business processes. That is where project readiness is the phase of the project implementation project. Okay, you understand the project details, basically the requirements of the client with respect to each of the business process. Now, specifically in case of financial, since you are going to be trained in financial applications, you will understand the financial requirements, accounting requirements of the business. Okay, and then you will also be entitled. You will be, required to maintain documentations related to it. There is multiple documentation with respect to different methodologies followed. Okay, that is the part of project readiness. Then you design a solution. After having understood the business requirements in this phase, you design solutions. Okay, and you configure the solutions in the applications. Okay, such that their designs or their requirement can be fulfilled. There are a lot of other stages in between that. That is what you see here. Okay, then once the solutions have been designed, you demonstrate that solution to the client. So the client actually sets the key people from the client. They would sit in and they would analyze and they would review whatever they have asked for. Is it being fulfilled through these applications or not? Through the way that you have configured the applications or not? Okay, so there will be a review. Multiple levels of review will be there. And once the things have been finalized, there is a training, okay, and validation. Training and validation by the other users, other business department users. Okay, so you will be training them how to use it, and also they would verify or validate if everything is as what is required. And that is where some changes would be there. They would be catered to, and all of those aspects. And then there is a whole suite of documentation that has to be done on those levels as well. Okay, it is quite interesting when you enter into that phase of implementation with the clients. Okay, that is quite an interesting phase. Okay, where you learn a lot of new things which even you might not have actually fathomed about. Okay, that is where this industry gives you an opportunity. Okay, and then transition and realization. So once transition means basically once everything has been set up and training has been completed, validated, everything is okay, they give a sign off, and finally it is go live. Go live means basically you are handing over that application, all the applications to the customer finally to utilize, and they will utilize in their live business environment. Okay, so that is what the implementation methodology or the phases basically in the implementation process is all about. And after this, the support starts. Okay, the support team comes into picture, the testing and the support team. Okay, so this is in a nutshell. I wanted to give you a demo on so that you become familiar with what is the Oracle Fusion application, how things are being carried out, what are the work profiles, and how you training through this program will be beneficial to you in exploring a whole together new world outside. Okay, so increasing your chances of job opportunities and scope in the market. That's all from my side. I would hand over the session to Kumar to conduct the remaining aspects. Before that, if you have any questions, definitely you can ask. Any questions?
Yeah, hi Chandru, it's Ravi here. So I have
Yes.
some couple of questions.
Yes, please.
Uh, so, so how do we know any option on the fusion to know what company is using such IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS model by seeing the screen or somewhere?
No, it's not something like that. Just by looking at the screens, you won't know. So it is kind of an integral business process. Okay, so each of the business, almost every businesses, they have a requirement, some or the other requirement, and all of them are using it. So that is where I mentioned, right? As a general thing, if you see or ask me, actually Oracle is deployed in almost all industries. Oracle applications, and for that matter, Oracle products, you can say, are actually used by almost all industries. Okay, so that is where the scope is wider. Okay, and
Okay.
from with respect to PaaS, you are asking. So PaaS is something which is utilized by organization who have some specific needs, specific business requirement, which is not catered by the core modules, the core application that is provided, because core applications are developed on a universal standard. Okay, so based on that, it has been developed. But then definitely some niche things are there which cannot be catered by that. That is where Oracle provides the PaaS platform, and where they can create their own in-house applications.
Okay. And
Yeah,
so, and like, so I can see from the screen, one of the screen, I can see the expenses won't be tagged to the taxes. So generally the expenses will become from this employee salaries as such or anything. So that won't be considered tagged to the tax there.
Definitely, taxes are integral to everything. So, payable invoice has certain tax codes, right? Every business that is in a particular jurisdiction, let's say for India, okay. So there are statutory bodies, right? The tax bodies like income tax bodies are there. Similarly, goods and service tax. So India, if you ask me, it is goods and services, right? Goods and service tax. So for all invoices that you have from supplier, or for that matter, all invoices that you provide to your customer, there is a specific component of tax that is applicable. That is why certain configurations are done in a tax module, okay, which then in turn enables the taxation in receivables and payables, and that is how it is integrated.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and one last, yeah. So what is the scope and the count that companies using the supply chain as other technology and the financial as Oracle Cloud?
Almost all. See, why I was specifically emphasizing on financial, because that is what we are going to train. But equally, HCM, human capital management, similarly supply chain, is all widely used. Okay, almost all organizations. Okay, so basically in all the general implementations that you see, definitely finance, supply chain, human capital will be there, because every organization has those departments.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Chandu. Good
And
morning.
Right.
sorry, Chandu, one more. So what is the count of openings when I compare to the financial, supply chain, and the technical? Because I'm from the one of this ERP technology. So
Hmm.
what I know, it's like on-premise technology, I can say. So the technical will be the more count, and the functional count will be the less. So if I say on the cloud, so how it differs?
It's not like that. I think in EBS also it was not like that, and even in cloud it is not like that. Almost everyone has equal. I mean, not, I would not say equal, but yes, definitely there is a good scope in almost all sections. Whether it is a functional, whether it is a technical, in both the cases there is a lot of scope. Okay, in the market. So even in India or overseas, wherever you see, everywhere it is, because see, technical people are not knowledgeable about the functional aspects. I'm not saying they are not knowledgeable, they do know. Similarly, functional people, they don't know the technical aspects. Okay, so now from that point of view, if you ask me, there is an equal opportunity for everyone. Okay, but yes, there are techno functional, there is a techno functional profile which actually gives an edge above all others. Okay, people who know technical aspects as well as functional aspects get an edge above all others, because they have a knowledge of everything, almost everything. Okay, so that is where their scope is a bit more higher than purely functional or purely technical. But it is not feasible for everyone to have technical knowledge. It is specifically technical knowledge is people who are going through bachelors of computer science, or people who are going through such technical education. They are know about the technical aspects, and for them gaining functional knowledge is easier. Okay, but for people who are purely from account finance, or supply chain marketing background, for them it is not easy to learn technical aspects. Okay, so that is where you can say techno functional people have a lot better scope than purely functional or purely technical. But then again, it is immense. The opportunities for every stream is immense, whether it is functional or technical. Hope I have answered to your question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Chandu.
Yes.
Good morning. Ravi here.
Yes. Hi, Ravi.
Yeah, actually, I'm working as a EBS functional consultant. I in the cloud module when I'm joining in cloud, the
Hmm.
expenses and intercompany fusion accounting hub. These topics will be covered in this class.
No,
Could you explain?
no. What we are covering is basically these general ledger, accounts payable, fixed assets, account receivable, and cash.
Okay.
This is what we are going to cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the advanced modules.
Sure, Chandra.
So there are a lot of things that is different from EBS. So if you enroll and if you learn it, definitely it will be an added advantage to say, because see, personal experience, I'll tell you what. I started off my career with EBS. Okay, and right now you are also aware that EBS is something that is becoming a bit obsolete, and financial this fusion is something that is trending in the market, and it is gaining a foothold basically. So that is where it becomes quite important for us to transition or upgrade ourselves from e-business suite, on-premise suite to the financials. And there are a lot of things that are different from EBS to financial. Okay, that is where you will be able to learn those things, and probably if you try to sit and learn everything by yourselves, it might not be possible that you may be able to cover everything. Okay, definitely with time you will be able to cover it, but this being a course of 2.5 to 90, around 80 to 90 hours, definitely you will get an edge that can speed up that process of your exploration in the financials. So that is where this course will be beneficial.
Yeah, thank you, Chandra.
Anything else? Any other doubts, questions? Okay, all right then, Kumar, you can proceed further.
This is Srini actually. Chandu, actually, this is very nice explanation what you gave for all the things.
Thanks,
and explaining
Srini.
the things. This is really helpful to the new people. But I had experience in ERP. Started in 97 with like 9.3 or something, then 10, and like that until 12 initial stages I worked. Then I had to move to Hadoop kind of things. But I would like to come back again to ERP in my rest of the jobs.
Okay.
And luckily I work for Wells Fargo in US here, and we have a big shop of Oracle EBS. I don't know whether they are in cloud or not, so that is the reason I want to, even HCM also I wanted to, because we have a Workday completely, they migrated to Workday, and it's my entire talent management or whatever, everything like payroll and benefits and all, they are in Oracle HCM.
Okay.
So I would like to refresh myself in both coming months. That's the reason I joined actually. Yeah.
Okay.
But still I remember that S2, S3, S4, order management, manufacturing, everything I worked, like that 20 modules I worked during those 10 years. Yeah. But I don't want to go into that field again, but only financials, because I work in financials right now, like Wells Fargo and Bank of America kind of things. So
okay. Yeah, it will be a beneficial thing for you, because almost all organizations that are on EBS, they are gradually moving on to Fusion application.
Yeah, Bank of America is in Fusion, but Wells Fargo, I don't think they went so far.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they will gradually, if at all they have not, they will gradually, because even Oracle themselves, they are gradually starting to stop services of EBS, and they are promoting Fusion themselves. So they are heavily investing in that promotion. So that is where, with time they will, and that by that time you will have a competitive edge.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you,
yeah, thanks. Kumar, it seems he has left it. Anyways, I will explain the details. So basically, as part of the course offering, what things would be there. Okay. So basically, there will be a course material that will be provided to you. Okay. Course material as in PPTs would be there. Similarly, certain Excel workings during the session would be there. Okay, so those things would be provided to you. Similarly, some interview related or aspects we will be discussing towards the end of the towards the end of our training program. So interview questions and something like that we will be sharing. And similarly, the Oracle documents with respect to each of the areas that we cover, which are applicable, that also we will help out during the sessions. Okay, so that is where you will have a good material for you to explore along with the training videos. Now, training videos also, it is a lifetime access that you will be getting, and along with that you will be getting the instance access. Okay, instance access, though it is not lifetime, it is around for 5 months which you will be getting. Okay, and the instance access, so that you can keep on practicing even after the training program completes. Now, training program is all about around 90 hours training program that we are planning, okay, for this course. But definitely it sometimes it a little extends a little bit owing to the amount of discussions and that we have in during the sessions for clarification of doubts and for understanding of the concepts. Owing to that, sometimes it gets a bit extended as in maybe up to 90. If it is we are talking about 90, 85 to 90, then it extends around 100, let's say. Okay, so that is how the course duration would be. You can consider it as 2.5 months. Okay, so that's how the course duration would be. Okay, and as I mentioned already, instance access will be available for around 5 months, and the video access will be lifetime. And on top of that, okay, we are there in the industry, we are people already working in the industry. Okay, therefore we do have our own network. So definitely people who are definitely freshers, who are looking out for jobs and who are getting trained in this, we will assist them in with the job interview, getting interviews, or referring them to people who are to companies who require. Okay, so we will be doing that activity, and we will thereby be helping you in the aspects of getting a job. Okay, in that sense. Okay, and then definitely we will help out. The admin team is there who will help out you with the resume preparation processes. Similarly, mock interviews can be taken up by them. Okay, definitely interview questions and all that I will be helping you out with. Okay, and also uh, there are certain terms for if at all you are looking for getting a certification from Oracle. Okay, so definitely we will be providing you with the terms that will help you prepare for the Oracle certification. Okay, so these are all the benefits that you will get in on top of the knowledge that you are getting from the of Oracle Fusion financial application. About that knowledge, these are the things that you will get additionally. And regarding the timings, okay, of the class. So again, tomorrow it is the same timing where we will be having our class, the first session that we will have tomorrow. Okay, and I will start with all the basic aspects, and then we will move ahead with the topics, the different topics covering the different applications. Okay, so timing is 7 to 8, and weekly we have all the 6 days, and towards the end maybe we will have few days on Sundays as well, to just to wrap up the course. Okay, so 7 to 8 from Monday to Saturday. This is the timing and the duration. 90 hours course training. So people, yeah,
one small question. So, is there any project work that we will do as part of this training?
no project work. There is no such project work. What my way of teaching is, basically I will be taking an example, and based on that I will be doing the entire structure of the configuration. So same way you need to follow. Okay, each session that is being carried out, you need to follow the same process, same approach.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So that means that you don't require as such any other projects to work on.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying something. Please continue.
No, that's it. So this is all about, so just remember, this is the timing, and people who are interested, if at all you can put your numbers now, people right now who want to confirm, you can put your numbers, or if you want to wait, attend few more sessions, you do have that option. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, up till maybe 3 to 4 days, we will be keeping the link alive for all people to join. Okay, all who want to see the sessions, and after that you will have to enroll. People who want to continue further will have to enroll, giving their confirmations. Okay, and for any other details, any other aspects related to course fee and all you can definitely get in touch with Kumar. Okay, so Kumar's number, let me share it with you, the admin team number basically. Yes, Ravikant, just 1 minute, let me share the number, and then I can take up your question. Just a minute. Okay, the number is so it is already there in the story that published by Kumar. So, but anyways, I will again mention it in the chat. 8179563510. Okay, 79563510. Okay, so I have already pinged it in the chat as well. You can note down that number and you can reach out to Kumar for any more details that you want. Okay, 81795635.
Sorry, I think we could. I can't see it in the chat.
Okay, just a minute. I think I have mentioned it to Shweta. 1 second, everyone in the meeting. Yes, now you will be able to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions if you have? Yes, Ravikant, I believe you were asking something.
Yes, sir. Chandu, like, just based on from this syllabus document which shared to us, so will you be cover like, setup management as well in this?
Yes,
For all the
definitely. That is what the thing is. Sorry, I actually missed out on explaining that as well. But quickly, I will show you what we are going to do. So this is, let's say, GL. Okay. So in GL, what we will be doing is there is this task name. Okay, you see here, and this transaction process is there. So task name means it is all about setups. Okay, what are the things required, or what are the different tasks that you have to perform for setting up the entire application. Okay, that is one thing. And on top of that, we will be covering each of these aspects. Okay, the transactional aspect, as it is called, how to perform the different transactions in once you have set up the application. This is how we will be moving forward. There will be a set of setup tasks that you will do first for each application, setting it up, and then we will learn how to use those, the different transactions that you can, or different activity that you can perform under each of these applications.
And at last, again, you will show for the single transaction that will flow from expenses to till GL, right?
Yeah, so basically we will be covering all the modules that I have mentioned about. Okay, what are those modules? Basically GL, AP, AR, FA, cash management. These are the things that we will cover. So as a part of that, all the end-to-end process, okay, that I will explain. Okay.
Okay. And the one last from the syllabus I can see is that we mentioned as a technical aspects as that is also be covered. Like,
Technical aspects, very few aspect. Technical aspect is all about some security aspects. Okay, so security means basically there are certain security related aspects that you need to have an understanding on, without which you cannot get the application access, or user access. Similarly, data access. These are all part of security administration and quite a little bit technical. Okay, so that is where we will be covering this. Then we will be covering some spreadsheet loader and file based data loader things which are generally used for the integration process, integration of the data from third party softwares to Oracle. So how to utilize those sheets, or facilities that are available, that we will understand. And to some extent on the reporting, some of the reporting tools like OTBI, FRS, and Smart. Okay, so these are the things that we will be learning. So these are the technical aspects that we will be covering.
okay. Any chance on the approval workflow side?
The approval workflow is not something that we don't have enough time to cover it. Okay, so the thing is, the modules are in itself are so large, and even the BPM, that is the approval part, is quite complex. Okay, so it is not something that we have a time to cover in this course duration. So maybe, I mean, I'm not promising, but I will try to have some general video that is available. Okay, and I will share it with you so that you can have an understanding on those aspects as well. But not something which I will be able to cover because of the time duration that we have. I will not give you any false promises. See, I am a very straightforward person. There are many people in the market that will tell you that they will cover everything, but ideally that is not the scenario. Okay, because the time that they are offering, almost all of them would be offering around 80 to 85 or 90 hours or 100 hours max. But in that duration, they will not be able to complete everything. This is from my personal experience that I'm talking about. So no false promises, being straightforward. This is what I will be covering. But yes, definitely I will help you out with some additional material, or additional sites or videos that are available in the market, that will help you understand the approval process. Because my goal is to make you give you an understanding, a thorough understanding on these applications itself first. Okay, approvals are kind of secondary. Once you know the basic, if you don't know the basic cycles, or you don't have a basic understanding of the application approvals, learning approvals is of no use. Okay, that is where my focus is all about, to teach you or to guide you on how these applications can be, functioned. Okay, these can be configured and the activities can be performed.
Okay. And so the one last year. So as you said, for the each module will cover all this setups, right? So once let's take, if we consider any of the account payables, do you walk through us on the transactions of creating it?
Yes,
Of
definitely, because I will be guiding you. See, that is what I said. Setups also we will be doing, and we will also take certain examples, real life business examples, and we will see the activities, the transaction activities associated to that. Okay, so all these transaction activities that you see, more or less, are something that is actually performed in the business, according to which actually Oracle has come up with these features. Okay. Yeah. All right. I hope I have answered the majority of your questions, but at all, definitely there will be more questions to you all. So what you can do is you can definitely get in touch with Kumar and for more information, and he will help you out. Okay. The number I have already listed in the chat. Please note down that number. And even next 2 to 3 days, sessions would be there, which you can freely attend. Okay, but then after that, the session access would be revoked and will only be available to people who have enrolled. So as soon as possible, please confirm your enrollments as well. Okay, thank you guys. I hope it was a informative session for you, and you would definitely be interested in going forward with the course. And hope to see you all in the coming days. Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you. So for tomorrow also the same link will be
Yes, same
active, right?
time, same link. Okay,
Okay.
and you can join.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Okay.
Chandu. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.